everyone. It's been quite a while since I posted an update to the blog. There really hasn't been anything going on. I did have a needle biopsy done back in November. There was a lymph node that showed up on my last scan that was um, worrisome. So they did a needle biopsy and that came back negative, which was wonderful. Um, Unfortunately, this last scenario has not been so good. I had been having some bleeding that started back in October or November. And unfortunately, I have to get a little personal and gross here. I knew that it was not menstrual, obviously, because I don't have anything left in that area. All my parts were taken out with the original surgery. So I went to my gynecologist and I told them about it. And with the examination, the doctor, who is not my regular doctor, determined that I had vaginal atrophy from being in menopause, which was also caused by the surgery. So she had prescribed an estrogen cream for me. But what I had noticed was that each time I would apply the cream using an applicator, the applicator would come out with bright red blood on it. So the applicator itself was irritating things in there. Fast forward to February. Um, I had my yearly exam, which unfortunately I had to bump a couple of times due to school, weather, other situations. So I finally had my yearly appointment the last week of February. And upon doing that examination, this was with my regular doctor, she said that there was an area that was, I think she described it as an area that was suspect or an area of concern, one of those phrases. She was going to take a biopsy, but ahead of her doing that, a piece of the tissue actually just fell out. Um, she said the tissue appeared necrotic, and she was definitely concerned about that area. She said it was about 3 centimeters, which is pretty big. So she sent that out to pathology, and the results came back last week as being positive for clear cell adenocarcinoma, which is the type of cancer cell that I had originally in the urethral tumor that I had removed 2 years ago. So, definitely concerned that it's back. I've been kind of an emotional mess the last week or so. Um, it's really a lot to try to process. Um, and I've definitely been having crying episodes, a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry. Um, Most of the time, I'm not able to even talk about it without tearing up. Um, I had over the weekend at work a couple of times where just the littlest things are setting me off right now. Somebody looks at me the wrong way, or I take something personally that's not meant to be personal. Um, I had a couple times over the weekend working where I was in the bathroom or in the break room till I could get myself together to go back out on the floor. Last night I was sitting in a one-to-one, and just inside my head the whole time, worrying, thinking, wondering. Um, as of this point, all I know is that the cancer is back. I don't know anything else. Um, I have an MRI scheduled for next Wednesday. So that's been stressful too, that I have to wait another week and a half, and it was 2 weeks at the time that I originally scheduled it. But that's the soonest that they could get me in, because I need the open air MRI machine because I am claustrophobic. Yay, anxiety. Um, so it's been really weighing on me, not knowing what I'm up against at this point. Um, I don't know if it's something that needs to be dealt with surgically. I don't know if it's spread anywhere else. I don't know if they'll have to do a chemo treatment or radiation treatments, or what I'm dealing with. Um, and that's been really hard. Um, I I'm frustrated at the timing, because I had actually had an appointment scheduled for last week to see a bariatric surgeon, to start talking about starting the bariatric program and really putting a lot of focus on losing weight permanently, hopefully, and getting myself in better condition. Not needing my CPAP anymore would be amazing. Um, getting off of some of the heart medications maybe, and the metformin for the diabetes, and all these other things that are affected by my weight. Unfortunately, I had to put that on hold. I didn't want to go and jump into this program and either not be able to apply things if I do end up in a situation where I do lose weight from whatever treatment I have, um, through lack of appetite or vomiting or any of those other fun things that come with it. Um, so that's been frustrating for me. I also withdrew from nursing school. I had actually done that a few weeks ago. Um, just life in general has just been so stressful and overwhelming, and to we've been short staffed at work, and a lot of nights where there's only one tech on the floor, and it is exhausting. Um, the majority of the nurses really do make an effort to help out the techs when there's only one of us. Call bells ringing all night long. The patients that we've had seems to be calming down a little bit now, but previously we had a lot of complete care patients, a lot of turning and rolling and lifting, and very, very physical work that needed to be done with a lot of these patients, and toileting and helping them get up out of bed and helping them get back in bed. And it can all take a toll on you physically. And then the stress of it is taking a toll emotionally. So to have a night at work like that, and then to have my hour drive home, and then to come home and get maybe an hour or two of sleep, and then have to jump on the computer to take a 2 or 3 hour lecture, and try to retain and understand all those concepts, and do all of the work that's needed to be done for the classes. It was just too much. So I did withdraw from the class, which the goal is to go back next spring. So hopefully all of this works itself, well, not works itself out, but does work out, that I can do that, and that I can do the weight management program, and that I can move on with my life, because there's a lot of worry, that I won't make it through this time. When you start hearing the word metastasis, it can be really scary, really overwhelming, and especially at this point, just not knowing how much is there, and where it is, and how fast it's spreading, and that sort of thing. So I'm thinking a lot about the future, or lack thereof, the things that I need to do to relieve stress on Brian, and not have him have a lot to deal with should things not go well for me. Just thinking about planning and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'm kind of a mess right now. Um, a lot of my life is very much on hold, and maybe permanently, maybe not. I don't know. Um, but as of now, not much we can do except wait for the MRI, wait for the results. Hopefully, I know something by the end of next week. The MRI is scheduled for next Wednesday, and they've been pretty good with everything, with getting results, and planning whatever treatment needs to be done, and follow-ups, and um, biopsies, and everything, scans. Like, if they see something suspect, they're taking care of it like immediately. So I'll probably know something by the end of next week, but that's still a long time to wait, and to just be kind of hanging out there, not knowing what you're dealing with. So that's where life has brought me to this point. Um, I feel like 2020 has just stretched right on into 2021. A lot of people I know are still having a really tough time. A lot of tragic events in people's lives, and yeah, things are just kind of crappy at the moment. So, just try to send some positive vibes my way, and I will put an update out there, once I have one, probably about 2 weeks. Um, with this blog entry, I'm also going to post a couple of pictures of the tissue that was biopsied. It's in the solution in the specimen jar already, so you can't see it like clearly, but you can get an idea of like how big that piece was. The specimen jars are probably like an inch and a half in diameter, and maybe a little bigger, maybe 2 inches, and probably 2 to 3 inches tall. Yeah, that's probably about right. So it was a pretty big piece that came out. I think that's really it for now. Just keep me in your thoughts, and just positive vibes, and hopefully things are better than I'm imagining at this point. All right, updates coming soon. Thanks.